Warriors, I want to speak with you about a very, very important subject. The subject, porn proofing our kids. I know it's an uncomfortable subject. None of us really want to talk about it, but you know what? We have to. It's 2022. The metaverses are here. The internet rules our lives, runs our lives. Let's confront it. Let's communicate. Let's talk about it. I'm going to suggest to you a couple of tips you can do at home, some safety things. The best thing I can suggest to you is there's a wonderful website that lays all of this out for you, plus lots of facts and take actions. That website is defendyoungminds.com. Defendyoungminds.com. Let's talk about it. This is something that we know, pornography. By the age of 11, almost every child has seen something online. So we have to talk about it. Let's start with what it does to a young mind. The developing mind, the developing body. It is showing images that are brutal, graphic, and violent. This porn is horrendous. If a child sees that, they want to see more of it, perhaps. They want to act upon that, hurt themselves, hurt their siblings, hurt another child. So what do? First thing, we must educate ourselves. We need all of you. We cannot do this alone. We need all of you to become warriors. So what are you going to do? You're going to educate yourself. You're going to start with defendyoungminds.com. I am telling you, warriors, the best place, one place to read all about this. Then you're going to communicate with your child. Now, I want to suggest to you 2 books. Defendyoungminds.com, the founder, Kristen Jensen, has written 2 books, ages. The first book, and I've mentioned them before, but I can't stress this enough because I've heard some disturbing information today about children in porn and some things coming up I know about, and I'll share with you next week. But for now, let's stick with, we're going to learn more about how to talk to our kids and deal with this porn, this proliferation of porn, algorithms online that bring our children easily accessible to porn. You know, a child might be looking for something, is doing research for a project, and they end up through the algorithms on some of these sites. It's that easy. And there's really very little age verification. Anybody can click in a box, I'm 18 and older. So let's start at home. Let's be that warrior. So let's get back to Kristen Jensen. She is the founder of defendyoungminds.com, and I thoroughly enjoyed. I had her on my radio program on WVOX a couple of weeks back. I am having her back March 23rd, so I'll keep you aware about that because we need to cover this more intensely, and we need to also talk about the cost to society of all this porn, the mental anguish, what it's doing to young minds, and costing. But we'll leave that for now. I want to suggest that Kristen has written these 2 books. I'm sorry, it's my virtual screen, everybody, but we have good pictures, bad pictures, and we have, sorry again with the screen, everybody. This one's not, here we go, showing somewhere, good pictures, bad pictures. Now, as I drop a book, the first book is for 3 to 7-year-olds. It is a picture book. It is something that will suggest to you how to talk appropriately with your child. It will give you questions and just get you going, okay? Cover 1 or 2 pages at a time. Get your child used to, what's an inappropriate image. The second book is ages 7 to 12, and that's more of a workbook, working along with your teen, reading it out loud. Again, let's porn-proof our kids. Let them come to us. I can't stress this enough, warriors, because we are facing the metaverses. The metaverses are here. I don't know if you're keeping track, but I'm starting to notice as of the last 2 weeks, creeping in different stories about the metaverses. That last week there was a child that his mom found him in a virtual strip club, being molested and molesting adults. Warriors, I don't like to talk about this stuff either, but you know what? We have to. It's a must. The second thing I want to make you aware of, Apple Watches, smart watches. Kids are finding porn, even if their parents or trusted adults do everything correctly with their phones and safety filters and features, with their tablets, with their computers. A mom just found out, she thought her son was spending a lot of time in his room And he would say, I'm just looking at my watch. And she found out he was watching porn. So we want to watch anything that has internet available. I also came across a story recently that the entertainer, the singer Pink, was being called a very strict parent because she wouldn't allow her 10-year-old daughter to have her own phone. Well, I don't call that a strict parent. I call that a very responsible parent, because no child needs really a phone before the age of 10. And even then, you can have a phone, warriors, that is simply for calling and texting. You can pre-program it for mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, do something like that. So you need to learn all about all of this. There were some very troubling, I want to get them right, so I'm going to read them to you, statistics I want to share with you. I'm going to remind you again that the website is defendyoungminds.com. And warriors, I get nothing out of this. My job as a warrior, chief warrior, is to share with you reliable resources, well-vetted resources, things you can access for free. So when I tell you that porn is a problem, you need to listen to me, because it's in front of all of our children and teens. And, if you go to defendyoungminds.com, you can sign up for their newsletter full of information to keep you up to date about things. You can sign on to their Take Actions, because we are overwhelmed. Look what's happening right now. I don't know when you're going to be watching this. This is the weekend. We have the situation with Ukraine. We've still got something going on with the pandemic. Everything is in upheaval. Stop, breathe, and take care of your own family in your own homes and communities. So let's talk about the porn, because I am very, very concerned going into the metaverses. You think, first you heard Facebook was changing its parent company name to Meta, META. And Facebook would like you to believe that they are in control and own the metaverse, but it's metaverses with an S. This is a problem, warriors. Some of the stats, when do you begin talking to your child about pornography? There is not a specific age, as we mentioned, but you know what, warriors? And this is a good thing to remember. If your child has any kind of access to the internet, you're going to want to start talking about inappropriate images and dialogue. The kids have to know what that is, because sooner is safer. And that's what Defend Young Minds will teach you and teach all of us. And then some of the things that happen to kids, and we have well-vetted studies. Go to linswarriors.org, go to the Take Action tab, and read some studies. And also go, again, I can't tell you enough, Defend Young Minds, defendyoungminds.com. Look at their studies, because Kristen Jensen and her team spend all their time working on this. So you have the books. That's your first step. Good pictures, bad pictures. Sorry, warriors. There we go a little bit. This will help you. You won't have to do anything except, read it first through for yourself, okay? And get yourself familiar, and it will outline everything for you. So it takes the work away for you, which we love. But we know from our studies that kids who are watching porn can become addicted to porn. It's this exposure to violent and degrading content. They develop unhealthy attitudes about sex, increased risk of sexual abuse. And that, again, is with other children or their siblings. We know porn destroys marriages and relationships. Porn becomes an addiction. There are mental health issues to go along with this. There's such an increased risk for child-on-child harmful sexual behavior. Now, just imagine, and a lot of it, nobody talks about this sibling kind of sexual abuse. And for instance, if your child is spending a lot of time online and you're not watching things, remember, within 48 hours, we believe that the predators can get to a child online and groom them within a couple of days to provide a nude image. Let me remind you that we know about 40% of kids ages 9 to 17 are providing nude images to complete strangers. So can you imagine what the numbers are to their friends or people they think they're friends? We know it's higher, even at 40%, unacceptable. So we need things like the Earn It Act, which is facing a full Senate vote in the very near future. And again, please go to my Take Action, linswarriors.org, news and events. Look at what the Earn It Act is and what the Earn It Act is not. Do not believe, take it from me. Remember, I've worked in marketing, PR, strategies. I know what goes on here, warriors. Do not read any of, should you Google it, the page after page of bad press, inaccurate press, misconceptions, and I will add to you outright lies, because Lynn's warriors would not support a bill in Congress unless it's the right thing to do. So warriors, you've got some homework. Let's start the week. I don't know when you're watching this. Busy week ahead, a lot going on. Take a step back. Let's talk about porn-proofing our kids. It is a national crisis. Alarming? It should be, because nobody's talking about it. And stay tuned for more on this, because I'm going to be educating a little bit more. Remember, simple steps. Don't be overwhelmed. First, learn about it. What's the best way to learn about it? Always updates on linswarriors.org, but also defendyoungminds.com. Sign up for that newsletter on defendyoungminds.com. Start getting used to how to talk to your child. Get these books available on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and they're also through the website, defendyoungminds.com. Why? It will answer. You won't have to do anything but get the books, read them, and then start discussing with your child. You must start talking to the kids about inappropriate images. I am scared, warriors. I am alarmed. The metaverses are here. They're not coming. There's nothing. How can I explain the metaverses to you? I was on a very important weekly call I do every Friday with Washington and other coalition members, getting some updates. And the most frightening thing I heard this past Friday, it's no longer the dark web where all of these images, child rape, it's right there on every single platform you use and your children use. So you must be the warrior. You must be the guardian. You must take action. We cannot allow this. I am urging all of you, start the week with a little education. We'll be covering this more. And with that, warriors, I want to wish you all a wonderful evening. I don't know when you're watching this. Wonderful day. And remember, we're all in this together. We can all help each other. And if you have any questions or comments, you can always email me, lynn@linswarriors.org. And remember, today and every day, be a warrior.